So these electric scooters are actually banned in England. You can't actually ride them anywhere except your own land, which is a pretty stupid law. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right then, so as you can see, I'm riding my own electric scooter, no problems at all. Nobody cares if you ride electric scooters in the city or basically anywhere in China. But in the UK, they do have a problem with this, especially the police, and they're actively looking for people that are using electric scooters on the road. Now, before we dive deep into this topic, I just want to tell you guys that, you know, I don't usually do these like comparison videos where I compare like a country to another one, but I feel like that this is such a childish rule, and it's so silly that I really need to talk about it because it's hilarious and sad at the same time. Now, what you need to know about the UK and the rules that they have for electric scooters is they don't actually ban these scooters from the road. They are not banned. They're not 100% banned. They only ban private owners and people that are privately own these scooters. So you can still actually go out to the major cities like, you know, Liverpool, London, probably Oxford as well now, Birmingham, and all of these like, you know, big cities, and you can actually rent these electric scooters because they have the companies in the UK, and they are willing to rent it out to you. Now the thing is, the reason why they banned these privately owned electric scooters is very simple. They cannot tax them. They cannot get any money out of people if they buy it privately and they use it after they purchased it. Now, the other explanation that they like to give is because they can't put an MOT on it, they can't put a license plate on it, they can't insure it, which basically means they cannot tax private owners. So basically they just haven't figured out a system how they can tax people using it. As soon as they have this system, they are going to allow people to privately own these electric scooters and ride them around wherever, basically. Now this sounds pretty stupid in my opinion, because obviously you can own a bicycle, which is again 2 wheels, not much of a difference compared to an electric scooter. Maybe the only like major difference is that there's no like, you know, electric motor and you can actually sit down on it, but you know, the concept is the same. But they can't really tax bicycles either. That would be pretty stupid, and people obviously would be outraged about it. So yeah, hunting electric scooter riders is the new hip in England and in the UK, and the police is actively looking for people using these privately owned electric scooters. And I'm just gonna ride up a little bit, probably another like, you know, 200-300 meters, and I'm gonna show you that what sort of electric scooters we have in the city that you can rent. And well, you saw mine, and I had this for almost 2 years now, this electric scooter, and it's really fun. You know, it's a lot of fun to ride this. I only really use it to get to my car from my apartment because it's a bit of a distance. But yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It gets you from A to B. It's relatively safe, I would say so. But yeah, anyway, I just arrived at this one, which is basically a bicycle. Now the difference is that you can see this blue box here, and that's actually the battery that they use for these electric bicycles. And it's similar to an electric scooter, but obviously you can sit down on it. And we have another kind, which is somewhere down there. I can actually see it from here, so we're going to ride down there as well, and I'm going to show you that one as well. Very similar to this one, but that is an actual electric scooter that we have down there in a different color. It's actually yellow, so you see these like yellow bees all around the city all the time, especially around my neighborhood as well. We have loads of these. The bridge where we did the U-turn, they usually store them down there, and during the evening the guys come and pick it up and recharge them or like change their batteries. So I actually have a picture when they first started using these electric scooters in Jilin. All right, there you go, another one. This one is an electric scooter. By its nature, it looks like it. I mean, it does have pedals, but it doesn't, you know, it's not a bicycle. This is an electric scooter for sure. It looks all right, you know, it gets you from A to B. Obviously you can do like WeChat Pay and all of these things, so you can rent it out through WeChat. It looks pretty okay, it looks pretty comfortable to me. And if you remember my video about electric scooters in Shenyang, I think that was a cool one. And they have these in all, well, not all of the cities in China, but you know, medium-sized cities and upwards, they have these electric scooters and electric bikes, and nobody really cares. I mean, you know, people have their own private scooters as well, and nobody cares about that. You know, I rode this scooter at the airport as well. Nobody cares. They're like, just do whatever, dude. As long as you don't crash into someone, you can just do whatever you want. But obviously the UK is different. They want to rule and regulate everything and tax everything. You know, people can't have any sort of fun when it comes to like owning an electric scooter. And like I said, they're actively out there looking for people using electric scooters. And they take the scooters away. It's not like you're gonna get like a £50 or £100 fine and you can get on with your day. No, they're gonna take your scooter away, they're gonna seize it, and they're gonna put it away for good, and you're never gonna see that scooter ever again. In my opinion, that's ridiculous, and the police should be out there doing something useful instead of chasing kids on electric scooters. Because, well, let's face it, London is not the safest place. I mean, you just look at the mayor of London, who said terrorism is part of a big city life. I mean, do I need to say more? Like, do you guys agree with this? That terrorism is part of big city life? Like, terrorism should be part of, you know, everyday life in London. You should be afraid for your life every single day because terrorism is an everyday thing. I mean, seriously, come on. But I guess, you know, electric scooters, they're a bigger problem than terrorism, so I can totally understand why people want these off the streets, which is kind of ironic because they're actually not off the streets. It's just, you know, companies can rent it out to people, and that's totally fine. So overall, stupid decision. Police should actually do their job better and, you know, actually stop chasing kids on scooters, because it's kind of useless. They're not going to achieve anything with that. They should probably look out for the druggies and the junkies and people that are actually causing harm to society, because, well, let's face it, these little green energy scooters, they're not really causing any sort of trouble to people. So yeah, I mean, in my opinion, drug-related offenses and violent crimes, that's a bit more important than chasing kids on electric scooters. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment down below, push that share button as always, subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. This house is never ending. It's where all of the girls